Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Zenji and today we're going to be playing Timberborn. Currently we're in episode 38 in our Oasis project build. And hey, hope you're all doing well. Thank you again for joining in. I really do appreciate it. Cool. So yeah, cycle 51, day 22. We're about halfway through our drought. And of course water is slightly lower than what we would like. Food is also on the same par as well as wood. So we are recovering from a devastating loss of about 80 beavers. So hey, we're just recovering from that. But as you can see, we're up to 42. So the numbers are going to be increasing quite a bit now, and yeah, we're going to be recovering. Of course, the next step is to secure future water, which is obviously going to be through dynamite, and we're going to be using that to obviously deepen some of our wells over here. And then obviously add in some bots so that everything can run a bit smoother. And obviously, get the centrifuge up and running as we're struggling with extract. It seems that power is the problem at the moment. So we're working on this, which is the bad water discharge, to try and control the flow. And I believe once that's done, we will have a forever flow system that will constantly power our industrial zone. But hey, we're gonna figure that part out, and obviously increase our population as much as we can along the way. But yeah, also have two farm district buildings set up here, so these are going to be covering these areas, which is quite nice. Of course, we are going to be adding in some pathing. I think we'll do something like that, just so that doesn't seem to have extended the range at all. I wish there was an undo button. Let's see what crops we planted here. Okay, what do you guess that is? Kibasa. We have to delete the road first. And then go back to planting. No, not a kibasa. It's a soybean. Okay. Not too bad. And then I think we'll try this little trick and see if this works. See if we can increase the range of this farmhouse. And then yeah, just finish that section off. And hey, yeah, we're gonna obviously deepen this well too. I think it's important to try and deepen all wells as much as we can. Be important to keep as much water stored in this area as possible. And we might obviously need a road so we can action changes here. Although technically these are 3s, so we most likely should actually just keep to that. And yeah, so we'll delete these. Wait, no. Go back to landscaping and put the 3s back in. Alright, so a whole bunch of dynamite needs to be produced and set, so that will take some time. And yeah, it's not great. But the drought will be over shortly. And we should be able to get our water back on track. But hey, we can start using these pumpers again. It's been a while, so one's running at the moment. That's good. The rest of our beavers are attending to this little side wall levee we got going on here. And it seems our second wall of this mega dam is just taking a back seat at the moment. As you can see, we do have a little bit of water stored up here. And we have some dynamite being set. So this is obviously set to actually medium priority. So I could possibly change that. So these are all set at once. I guess, I don't even know if we need to do that, do we? Yes, we do, actually. So it'll be these set and then those all set. That way we can extend our storage of water in this area. And of course we'll just make sure to super high prioritize all of those. Make our lives a little easier. So these pumpers are getting filled up, so that's good. And our population is slowly rising again. But we have lots of on-the-go projects, so we might want to just lower some. I don't think we need to focus on those right now. It's paused. 3 contaminated beavers, 2 injured. Okay, so those require planks and breeding pods. Still need some metal blocks. Obviously those are quite important, so we'll leave that there. And these engines, for now, I think we can just pause these. There's obviously no power being generated, it's just these 4 beavers. As you can see, our power requirement is almost 3,000, so we're nowhere near what we require. And it actually might be beneficial to add in a second add water cap, just so that these compact water wheels can supply something. So yeah, let's future plan this out. Where would I find that? Must be in the water. Cap. There we go. Of course, to get here, we're gonna have to create some sort of platform. Just like so. And then we will find a way to get to where we need to go. Let's just do a 2, 2, and then once. We do staircases first, and then we'll do road network. There we go. So that is another plan, one of many. We should allow this section to continually pump out power. And of course that only works one way. Alright, let's take a look at anything else that is super high priority. Honestly, most likely all this can be shifted downwards. I don't think that's super necessary. I prefer this all to be focused on first. And this bad water cap. So it does require a lot of explosives. And we have a jillion who all needs to be built, so how far is that from being obtained? So just a few planks to get that going. So yeah, I think we can actually start to lower the priorities of all of these just until we get those 50 explosives set. Of course, we'll shift that all to normal. But we will keep that in place for now. And that could be set to just normal. Alright. These aren't going to be obtainable, so we'll just delete those. We're starting to run out of juice. check over here. This is all good. That was all medium priority, so we're obviously going to shift that. Oh, so it's high priority, so we're going to shift it to medium. And yeah, we'll just leave that one there. Shift these to just high. We'll keep these two on super high priority. It's important to have more workers, so we'll keep that going. These are paused. But assembly factory is not up and running yet, unfortunately. Although we do have a couple charging stations set. And yeah, we just need more beavers for that. Again, and we're going to just check. Okay, so those are paused, so they're not going to be worked on. Just those. Alright, so our main focus should be here. So of course we want all the flow to come down one way. Okay, so that's 300 gears. We have 233, that's not a problem. Metal blocks is an issue. How's our metal storage going? Okay, we have that one there. I believe there's still some over here. So we do have enough resources to work through. Alright, so it's just about getting this sorted. Oh, there's only one injured beaver. 2.3 days of the drought left. Minimal amount of water. And we have 4 incapacitated beavers and 7 vacancies in total. So as soon as we get more children growing up, those numbers will change, just like that. So this walkway is done. Now we're going to work on this levee on this side, and that's all going to block off this bad water discharge, and then just make sure it flows in one direction. Alright, so I think what we can do here is start to shift priorities. So we're going to change that to just medium. And then I think that should work. Yeah, so they're going to do the outsides probably first. Alright, we're going to pause these pumpers. We'll unpause those just so that we do have some water coming in. We'll get ready with the rest of these as soon as the drought ends. Getting dangerously close. Not good. What was that? What was that? Bad water pump. Unfortunately, everything is dying out. It's not great. And these farmhouses are immediately occupied. It's quite interesting. No, we're not going to complain about that. Alright, we're going to just check on our dam, make sure everything is set. This is set to water. So that will open up. And I guess we could just blow this. Give us a bit of more water storage. And then I guess we'll blow these two. So we'll work on all of that as soon as we've gotten at least one of these bad water discharge pumps or caps completed. And then we'll have to pause these guys. Make sure our pump is on this end. All unpaused. It's going to be important to have these all filled up. So food generation is of course very, very important. Oh no, no one's pumping. Let's just slow time down here and see why no one's really working there. That is paused. I guess those are just running. Okay, we got 2 pumpers there. We have quite a lot of scrap metal. I think it could be these new farmers. I don't think we need 2. We'll just go with 1 each. Tap a shack. We've got a lot of treated planks. I think we need quite a lot for our final building. Okay, that's all there. These are almost complete. There's this building. Okay, 12 to 3 total there, 2 there. But hey, things are starting to turn now, which is good for us. Which means more beavers. Bumpers. Oh, that's the problem right there. You have to pump some of this water out, which means you're next probably. Actually, I'll let a whole bunch in. Seal that up. So I definitely want to build an overflow system. This is kind of ridiculous. We're always flooding this area, so we'll have to figure out a way to perhaps build that into here. It's going to cost some dynamite, of course. We'll put these on super high. Any way to really pump out that water. Although we could just close all of these quick. Close. Alright, that's closed. Now the water should start to flow out. So of course another drought is on its way. Not great. Okay, we are trying to drain this. So we'll see if that helps. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to pause. Alright, so that's one way of doing it. Set that to auto or open. Auto. Okay, water is stop flowing in there. That's good. We will close these. Go set to 80. And then this one is closed. Slight bit of flooding, but now that's been drained away. Alright, we'll have to see how bad this drought is, but we do have a option here to pump some water here if need be. So this is all protected water. So yeah, good news for us, I guess. And hey, we just finished the one section over here. I'm sure this one will be next, and then we'll start with these. So we need to close these gates. That means the water is going to hopefully stay here and not drain away too much. It actually wouldn't be a bad idea to do something like this. Where is it? Some dams and levees right over here. And then we'll put some dams like so. That way that can all be captured. And any excess will flow out through this side. Anyway, too many plans in place. Power might become an issue because of the next drought. So we'll have to see. We do have all this metal, but it doesn't seem like we can get there. So we might have to do a bit of a sneaky trick. I was waiting for these guys to do it, but it doesn't seem like it's possible. So we'll do that. And maybe they will start to collect all this. I'll set this to the highest of priorities. And because this is closer, they might actually start to use it. So we'll see. Any day now. We haven't had a chance to actually plant in here, so we're going to have to do this. We'll set that high priority too. Should we have planted something? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's going to be a long drought, 9 days. But we're going to have to handle our resources quite sparingly. Luckily enough, we do have 2 more advanced breeding pods, so we are going to survive this one, I think. Of course, we have lots of storage being built up the side. We've got to check in. So these are kohlrabi, so we'll have 1 kohlrabi. It is set. Also kohlrabi. And then we do have this plan. I think I started building it the other day. So when this is done, we will have a forest in the middle of a lake, which will have all mangroves in it. So that's another big plan for us. Oh, and there we go. It is starting to be built. Fortunately, no power or metal blocks, but we do have a whole bunch here that are not being utilized. That's 65 plus 17 plus 17, so that's 34. So that's about 100 metal blocks. So it is something that's going to help us. But but as you can see, there's just no power. Okay, how's it running? Yeah, we might want to pause the wind tunnel. Doesn't seem to be doing us much good. Most likely a good idea to finish these 2 engine parts. Just so that we can get more power in. We'll unpause that. We're not going to do any more woodworking. Explosives factories are running, that's perfect. Yeah, so we just need power. Pause the bot assembler, the grease factory, which is not working at the moment. Bot part factory, we'll pause those. Anything that doesn't require power is not going to be set. Although we do have eggplants. Okay, we do have some eggplants in stock. Do we have algae? We do. We have corn. So each one of them is doing a variety of rations. That's good. And our population has grown to 65. We started off at like 43, I think, this episode, so it's still growing. Which definitely means yeah, things will be corrected very, very shortly. Of course, we have lots of greens growing over here. So, the bad water cap. Nowhere near complete, of course. What is the percentage? 10%. It's going to take a while. But once that's running, unlimited power. Of course, we need the extract. That's very important for everything, so we'll keep that running. What else? Taking a look, we have 3 contaminated beavers, so they are going to be important to heal up. We do have these 2 medical beds, which we should set to actually super high, because that's important to get these beavers nice and healed up. But luckily we have all this water stored, so we should be safe for a while. We've managed to get through at least 4 days without any incidents, so these resources are going up. Food, however, is not good. We actually might need more of these food factories. So productivity is actually halted because we need canola oil. And how do we get canola oil again? I think it's these guys. Nope, it's not them. It is these, right? Now these use canola oil. And canola oil. Canola seeds. So what is the press? It must look like a press-like building. It's positive it was this, but it's not. Oil press. What does this look like? Like that. I'm sure I set this to be built somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay, so very important building to have. How will we connect you? So so that is halting our production of algae rations, so we're going to go back to corn rations. And it's the same with the egg rations, so corn it is. Incapacitated and unemployed and incapacitated, so I guess that's the injured beavers. Alright, we're going to unpause these two. Bad water pump stations. We'll increase workers on this side and this side. Okay, so how is this working? 20%. So we are getting there. Yeah, making a couple of metal blocks a day. So, funnily enough, they're still not making these. Not sure why. We do have a road. That's all set to high. That's there. Guess we can employ some more beavers on this side. Keep the water flowing. Right, we can open this up a bit. Open that up a bit. I will pause these cars. That's probably why it's empty. Well, probably a better idea would be adding sluice gates here, to be honest. Doing this manually is not... yeah, not fun. But good news, we can open this up a little bit. And then we'll close it off. Okay, water's all topped up. 20 days, that's about 8 days recovered. So next step is going to be unpausing some builder factories or builder huts, which will allow us to, of course, do more construction. Actually, yeah, this is not actually worth it. It's just too many things to build. We'd have to build, yeah, all that and then connect it, and just a pain. So we'll leave that for now. Actually, might not be a bad idea just to have a extract storage closer. There's one here. We'll have to see. But hey, food's on the rise. It's all the corn rations we can now make. Of course, to make the eggplant rations and algae rations. we're going to need obviously storage first, and then have our canola seeds turned into canola oil. Okay, so this is going to be algae, I think. Yes, algae. And then eggplants. These take a lot of blanks, of course. I guess we could just set these too high. What else could we do? Gathering flag. I mean, that could just be deleted, to be honest. We'll need a couple gear workshops, I think. More smelters. Alright, we'll seal that up. Okay, more wood is flowing through. Build these up. Get some water spread out. Let's seal that back up. Open this for a bit. Alright, seal that back up. Finally, they actually did some clearing here. It's good to see. Sometimes you have to build weird road networks. Alrighty, looking at our water, almost 4,000. Food's also going up. That's so is our population. Every 2 minutes it seems it's growing. Can be a good or bad thing. But hey, only about 16 days left of the drought. And it seems like production is moving ahead. And we've only used maybe 15% of our dam's capacity, so there's still a lot to get through. If we manage it right, we'll never have a problem. Of course, if we mismanage it, we will have all the problems. But hey, we're about 50% through the bad water discharge cap. Almost have enough gears for that. Metal blocks, way too little. And explosives, also about halfway. Once the explosives are done, though, we are going to be shifting all of this back into high priority so we can actually make the dynamite. But yeah, this is looking good. Of course, the gears will be first, then the metal blocks. Unfortunately, the beavers are not picking up all this rubble. Which is quite sad. I don't know why they're not picking this up. All this materials is just not being used, which is quite unfortunate. Most likely it's a priority glitch. So if I select, change that to high. that's on high already. So it's just this thing. If I change that to high, yep, seems to be going down. Yeah, it's weird that the interaction doesn't allow. Well, it's weird that the priority system is interfering with item collection for building. So, because the priority of this was set higher, collection of rubble is sort of null and void until this is complete. Doesn't make sense. I think rubble should be treated the same way as storage is, so that it is utilized and not just left lying there. Anyway, some slight observations. Right, let's release some more water. And we shall open this for a bit. So we're just going to watch the downstream depth. When that hits 100 consistently, when we shut it off, then we know that this section is pretty much full. As you can see, the water is flowing through quite nicely. So it obviously goes to all our other sections. And you can see the water slowly drain out. Of course, everything gets caught over here and here. 92, 91. We'll just close that for now. It seems to have filled up this section again, which is fantastic. So the system works. It's just managing it yourself is the problem or solution, I guess. Right now that we're collecting goodies for building, I wonder if we set this back to super high, we'll start taking all those metal blocks here. Alright, so there's still a big power issue. What could we do for that? I mean, we built some power wheels here, but I think this is the solution. So it's just going to take us a bit of time to get all these resources, and then we'll have a trickle, slow trickle of water, or bad water. What we can do is also high prioritize all this, and that way, when it does flow through here, it doesn't sort of spread out its kinetic energy power down this path. It just goes through one section. Let's see. Of course, having both done would be, ideal. That would be the next goal. But hey, only 70% done, so not too bad. And about 11 days left in the drought, so going pretty well, I'd say. Even the food's on the rise. Alright, let's seal that up. I think we dropped that all the way. And we close that up. And then we open some more. So the system works quite well. We would just want to make sure that we build a deep enough pond over here so that it can flow through. Alright, we're going to close that. Start to unpause these builder huts. We've got to use our population. Currently at 92, so it is definitely moving. And what I do want to do though is drop this to like 90. Now I want to set these to high priority because I do want to have this mangrove forest running. Maybe 85. I'll just let a whole bunch of wood out. We'll keep that at like, yeah, 85. Right, then I'll keep that going for a while. And then, yeah, I think we should be good. Food-wise, we'll have our foresters keep us alive with the mangrove storage. Try and utilize all these little sections of water just to make sure we're always on top of our food production. These are now out, so we'll close those. About 80% done with this bad water cap. Still quite a lot of metal blocks. Explosives are almost done there. Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there for today. Yeah, we'll definitely have this finished in the next episode. But hey, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you again for joining in. I really do appreciate it. And of course, if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Cheers.